In June 1991, the then Governor of Hong Kong, David Wilson, met government transport officials and contractor representatives to view the beginnings of what was to become another entry in the record books for Hong Kong, the world's longest outdoor escalator system. In 1987, consultants were engaged to design what is now known as the Central Mid-Levels Escalator. The main purpose of building the escalator system was to transport the inhabitants of high-rise apartment buildings in the mid-levels area to the towering office blocks of the Central Business District. Extending from the new Hang Seng Bank in Central all the way up to Conduit Road, upon completion, the escalator system would run 800 meters in length and climb a height of 135 meters. Consisting of 3 travelators and 20 escalators, the project also involved the construction of footbridges and staircases, reconstruction of footpaths, carriageways, and landscaping of adjacent areas. The main contract was awarded to the joint venture of Campinon Bernard SGE and Paul Y ITC Construction. Among the principal subcontractors were CNIM and Activeway Limited. The method of construction of this unique escalator system in both elevated and street-level form was essentially the same as for other construction. However, running from one of the busiest districts in Hong Kong through some of the oldest areas on the island, composed of narrow streets and lanes, construction was planned in order to keep nuisance to the neighboring buildings and to people in the street to a minimum. In such old areas, most existing utilities were either wrongly reported or not at all, requiring comprehensive site investigation. As well as the 20 escalators and 3 travelators, the system consists of scores of stairways and access stairs. The escalator system starts with 2 footbridges over an existing road in Central and passes through an enclosed walkway in Central Market. Then it finds its way up through the narrow streets to the mid-levels area by elevated structures, street-level structures, and footbridges crossing perpendicular roads. Escalators and stairways connect the elevated sections of the escalator with the adjacent ground-level roads. Exits are at regular intervals to provide access to neighboring areas. Walkways are provided alongside the route. Restricted access to congested areas necessitated extremely complex coordination of utilities and road diversion. To avoid disturbing the environment by employing huge and noisy cranes, the traditional method of construction was adopted. For instance, foundations of piles were hand-dug in the Hong Kong caisson method, to depths down to 40 meters. Strict safety measures were employed throughout construction in this confined and difficult working environment. Work began almost simultaneously along the route that the escalator would follow. Foundations quickly reached up to become supports for the elevated structures, as troughs were dug to contain the street-level sections of the escalator. By May '92, the elevated section in the Central District was fast taking shape, whilst all along the escalator's route, concrete was being poured. The elevated structures comprise reinforced or pre-stressed concrete footbridges. For the ground-level escalators, U-shaped reinforced concrete troughs were constructed to house the machinery and motors of the escalators. These structures also provided support for the structural steel frame that would support a polycarbonate roof running the entire length of the escalator system. By September '92, the first sections of escalator were being installed by contractor CNIM, as the steel roof supports rapidly increased in number along the escalator's length. By early 1993, the final sections of the travelators connecting Central Market with Hollywood Road were lifted onto the elevated structures by crane and then hauled into position. Finally, roofing was added to the supporting steel structure. Contractors Activeway Limited installed transparent polycarbonate roofing which ensured illumination of the escalator system even in the narrow streets through which it climbs. It also saves on power for lighting. To keep the escalator attractive, a special cleaning vehicle was designed to travel the length of the roof, sweeping and polishing the polycarbonate sheets without obstructing the traffic below. By September '93, a small celebration marked the last section of roofing being fixed into place. The world's largest outdoor escalator system was effectively complete. Finished in quality materials in several color schemes, with its paved staircase adding an old-fashioned touch, complemented by trees, plants and landscaping, The escalator system perfectly integrates into the oldest streets of Hong Kong, providing an unobtrusive but effective transport system. In operation, the escalator system moves downhill from 6 to 10 a.m. in the morning, conveying commuters to work, and then reverses at 10 a.m. to carry passengers uphill until 10 at night. At a speed of 0.65 meters per second, the toll-free trip takes about 20 minutes from end to end, at least 5 times faster than walking the same distance. 1 year after its opening, the escalator transports 27,000 of the mid-levels residents each day. Government officials and all sections of the media converged to celebrate the official opening of the escalator system on the 28th of January 1994. Congratulations were in order for the main contractors for the completion of not only another world record for Hong Kong at 800 meters in length and climbing 135 meters, but also a landmark that attracts thousands of tourists each year. Campan Bernard SGE, Paul Y ITC Construction, a successful joint venture. The Central Mid-Levels Escalator System.